Tomorrow morning, voters in Atlanta will head to the polls for a second time this election cycle. They will decide who will be the next person to lead the city of Atlanta. City Council President Felicia Moore and Council Member Andre Dickens are in that runoff. Moore led a pack of about a dozen candidates during the municipal election with 41% of the vote, while Dickens pulled ahead of former Mayor Kasim Reed by 612 votes to secure his spot on the ballot. One of the biggest challenges facing Atlanta's next mayor will be the efforts to fight the rise in violent crime. For example, the FBI says homicides were up 55% from 2019 to 2020. Both candidates say they want to build the force of police back, but that's going to prove challenging. Mara Siriani is live from City Hall with more on what that's going to take. Mara, morale has been low within Atlanta PD, and there are a lot of open positions.
Yeah, there really are. Felicia Moore actually says that she regularly speaks to officers. She also says she has a plan in place and she's identified weak spots within the department. So a top priority for her, if she would become mayor, would be to tackle crime. It also would be to replace some of the leadership, including current APD Chief Rodney Bryant. Now, in Atlanta, vacancies on the force followed instances where Mayor Bottoms rapidly disciplined or fired officers accused of over-escalating confrontations with civilians last summer. Some former officers now face criminal charges themselves. Dickens has promised to hire 250 officers in his first year. Moore vows to fill hundreds of open slots and even call on those officers, she says, who have recently left.
The numbers fluctuate, depends on who you talk to, 400 to 600 of them, and asking them to please come back on a contract for a year or two. They can keep their retirement pay flowing, and we'll pay them to come back.
And Moore says she knows that it might be a tall offer there, a tall order there to fill, to ask some of these officers to come back. She said that it would be temporary, only if they wanted to, until we could attract some more officers to the force. Cheryl.
Mara, a lot of departments around the metro area are trying to get police officers. Attracting recruits is a lot about competitive salaries.
Yeah, so APD actually starts officers at about $48.5K per year. We're just behind the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. And I actually just looked at some data for some other large cities. NYPD, they actually only start officers at $42,000 per year. So in that regard, APD is pretty competitive, Cheryl.
Oh, that's an interesting comparison. Mara, thanks a lot. If you plan to vote in the runoff, here are some important dates. Early voting starts tomorrow, the 17th, ends the 24th. The last day to submit a request for an absentee ballot is Friday the 19th. Election day is November 30th.